live! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to Save or Dice. We're kicking off a brand new season, Court of Wyrms. We have some incredible people with us. I, of course, am Cody with Taking 20. We have our whiskered warlord, David FRIANT with Nerdarchy. We have Jacob from XP to level 3. We've got Jordan, the PH is Silence from Jorphdan. And, of course, we have our lovely Twitch streamer joining us, Tia ZIMMER. LauraLania is really how I know her, so sorry about that, Tia. And here with a few words from our amazing, incredible sponsors is Jacob.
Sponsors, yeah, we have a few of them here at Save or Dice. One of them is Fantasy Grounds, what we play all the games on here. It's pretty cool. You can get it on Steam. They sponsor us, and they're really awesome, really easy to use. You can put your character sheets right into it. It's a lot of fun. It's really cool. Also, Dungeon Painter Studio at pyromancers.com. You can paint up some maps and also put them into Fantasy Grounds if you want to. It's pretty awesome. So go check that out as well. Norse Foundry, you can get some cool D&D stuff there, like coins and dice and cool stuff like that. So there's a link in the description. You get 10% off, which is pretty awesome. And yeah, those are our pretty cool sponsors that that I was told about, that Cody told me that I definitely know a lot of things about. So I'm going to pass it off to our whiskered warlord, Dave.
All right, I'll be your whiskered warlord tonight, and you can thank Chief and Nerdator Doug for that over at Nerdarchy on the website there, who does all the things for us. So a couple quick house rules. If you roll a critical hit, you're just going to do max damage plus another set of dice.
Cool.
So no lame crits.
Awesome.
Yeah, it doesn't really apply to any of you guys because you're not playing a Dragonborn, but in our games, Dragonborns breathe as a bonus action instead of a standard action. So their ability never becomes lame. Also, I had given you guys all a copy of Hit Dice to Heroics. It's over on the Nerdarchy store. It's just another way to use your healing hit die in the game to kind of like get power-ups and stuff and do some more interesting things. You might see some of that, maybe not. And we will be playing in our campaign setting, Chimes of Discordia. But the players, their characters may not necessarily be from there at this time, because right now you guys find yourself flowing through this mist, this gray bleakness, and it feels like you're moving and standing still all at the same time. You feel like you have something solid under your feet, but this bleakness is all around you, and it's disorienting. It's kind of hard to get your bearings, and most of it is like this, just a sensation that's going on. You're all just somewhere else, and you guys may or may not even know each other. You've been whisked away from that place, that time, the thing you were doing. Who wants to go first and say what their character was doing before finding themselves in this bleakness with shapes moving around you? I'm gonna pick Cody.
Yeah. So Lucky was he was kind of exploring. He was exploring the city of Zai. He had not been in the city terribly long, because he's a sailor. Well, he was a sailor, and so at this point he was kind of like making his way through the city. He's only been in it a few days, and he was on his way to meet one of his contacts, Brian, and that's when he kind of discovered himself kind of turning down a dark alleyway and in kind of like trying to figure out what was going on with this mist, and that's what Lucky was doing previously.
Tia, what was Fiona up to?
What do you mean that I had stacked the deck? I assure you that I was playing with quite a legal hand. I hate that you insinuated that. I had just dropped my pencil and was just trying to pick it up so that I could keep score. Now, no, don't look at me like that. I just have to go right here from...
Awesome. Jacob.
So I was cruising through a forest recently in this massive land that only many known as Arngrim. But as I was making my way through, I was on a pathway to make my way towards a nearby village when this mist showed up, and I appeared inside this city. I don't really know where I am, but I will walk forward with whatever destiny may come my way with my instrument in tow, and I don't know. I don't really know what I'm doing here.
Sahim is a tinkerer, and he runs a shop in a nearby village. And so he had just gotten an invitation for his granddaughter's birthday party, and he decided to tinker her a dancing ballerina. So he was working on that. Having completed the ballerina, he leans back in his chair, looking at his fine work, and leans back a little too far and falls into this mist, never to be seen again.
Excellent. Everyone take inspiration.
Gladly, sir. Thank you.
So you can kind of see yourselves kind of swirling around, almost a little bit like the Dorothy and the Wicked Witch, in the tornado from Wizard of Oz. You get that sensation. You see a tiefling, an elf, a halfling, and a gnome all around you. You guys kind of see each other, but there's some darker shapes on the peripheral of where you're at, and you hear this hissing sound coming from all around as creatures begin to wake into existence surrounding the group.
And we see literally like Lucky looks over and he sees like the halfling, everybody's here all gathered together.
Yeah, you guys are kind of like standing there but moving at the same time. You almost feel like the ground is moving with you, and everything is just so bleak. It's disorienting. There's so much nothing. How could it all possibly fit? And peering out of nowhere, these giant spiders with pale flesh. You can actually see part of it rotting appears in front of you. On their backs are what appears to be warriors covered in studded leather armor, wielding long swords. And as they get closer, they kind of the grayness around you, the spiders and these warriors almost blend in with it because the flesh is so pale. You instantly begin to fill your nostrils with the scent of death and decay as they approach, and you hear hissing coming from the riders. The spider creatures are eerily silent. The betrayer has sent us for you. You are fated, but you shall not pass. What do you want to do?
Does anyone want to make a little bit of music together? I say, pulling out my sword.
I pull out my viola and I pop it up and I'm like literal music? Because yeah, that sounds great.
There's always a bard.
I do not think that will be quite useful here, my friend. And I'm going to kind of pull out the rapier here. But I do like where you're going, as I kind of point over to the elf.
I nod my head.
Oh boy.
I pull out a magic wand, and the tip of it just ignites in fire as I kind of like get a better view of this with some light and kind of show them that I mean business.
So, Lucky, you are up.
Oh, we're literally like in combat, ready to rock and roll. Oh shit! Okay,
let's do it.
Damn.
I'm ready.
Okay,
I got my coffee. I'm good.
Let's start this thing off with the bang. Yeah, I don't see anybody in the combat tracker, Dave. If you have people there, but I'm gonna move up. I guess the first one here is like these spiders that are kind of like gathered around. Correct?
Yeah, the spiders. These reptilian humanoid figures, now that you've seen them, you guys have been around. You've probably seen a dragonborn before. It looks like that, only a very dead-looking version mounted on top of these spiders.
That's weird.
Gross.
That's awesome.
Gross.
Gross.
I do not know what you mean by fated, my friend, but alas with you. And I'm going to kind of, I guess, just schlonter up to kind of one mostly on the side. Like I'm going to go up and engage this guy, but I don't want to be surrounded. So if there's, how many of them are there? 2, 3, 7, 48?
There's six total.
Oh, shit. Okay, 6.
So they kind of
way worse.
They've ringed you. Now, they're stacked, so they're mounted.
Yeah, let me, let's just attack this thing. Let's I'm going to try to just go up and drive this rapier kind of juke over to the left as I come up in the right very quickly with this rapier and try to stab this thing right in the face to drop it here. So I've got this whopping attack of a massive 8 with that incredible roll of 2 right there. And then I guess I'll follow that up with an offhanded dagger as a bonus action. So 25.
25, much better. It's going to
25.
get there.
It's going to throw some damage without my mod on there, so 4 damage. And then I'm going to go ahead and trigger my sneak attack because I am, in fact, a swashbuckler. Don't need anything nearby. So 20 points of damage with that dagger.
Nice. And you were going after the spider or the rider?
No, specifically the spider. I want to
Okay.
bring this. I want to just kind of go up and eliminate this like person-sized spider or mouth-sized spider immediately.
Your rapier gets picked off by the longsword as you go after the spider, but your dagger finds a place. So Fiona, you are up next.
Did he successfully do damage to that creature?
I did, I think.
All right, then.
20 points.
I'm going to stay back as I cheer and give some words of encouragement, and then put the hood up on my cloak and raise my hand across. Death is coming. And I use Toll the Dead, which is a wisdom save DC 14. And if they fail, which I hope they do.
Okay, so you're going after the same spider.
The same
Excellent.
one.
All right. That is an 8.
All right, which I believe is going to be 1d12.
Oof.
Come on, 7. Yes, plus my wisdom modifier.
Your 8th level, it doesn't go up.
It does go up, and I am trying to find that on my character sheet
It's
here.
probably just 2d12.
Okay,
So
perfect.
you just drop another one.
Let's throw another one in there. 7 plus 5 is math.
It's math.
Well, is math.
Math.
I have a calculator emote, which I can't use here because I'm in this weird YouTube realm. I don't know how I got ported here, but
It's a big purple mist on
this
brown.
plane of
Casted
existence
gate.
is scary. Yes, I'm ready to fight my way.
It should be terrifying.
All right, this thing is looking beat up.
2d12 it is, yeah. Found it.
It is looking beat up. That slash that Lucky opened up like all along its side. It even took off, I think, a leg. You told the dead, and this discordant energy of the necrotic just rips through this thing. It is barely still standing.
Can I
And
use my bonus action to dash away?
you can, but you would draw an attacks of opportunity because you guys are ringed in.
Nope, I'll just keep my hood up then.
You could Misty Step if you wanted to as a bonus.
I'm thinking about it, but we're just gonna keep that little trick in the bag for now.
All right. So that brings us to Flinnerin.
So Lucky and the two of you stabbing this spider, he looks over and he's ready to play, and then he sees this how he's what did the spider even do? We didn't. Okay. I'm probably going to be pretty mad at you. And then he's going to cast heroism on Lucky. And I play a few notes from my viola, and it's just like and you feel like you got some hit points. So I think you get you are immune to being frightened, and you gain temporary hit points equal to my spellcasting ability modifier. So you get 4 temporary hit points.
You sound only slightly disappointed there, Jacob.
Yeah, well, I'm not bringing out the big spell slots yet because, but he's very confused. He's going to just constantly be looking around, not knowing what to do.
Excellent. So is that your turn?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. So the spiders, they are going to move in, and that's not good.
Dodge.
Dodge.
Is that still a thing? Dodge.
It is. So I'm just gonna go right down the line as I see you guys. Does a 12 hit to him?
Yes.
All right. So you're gonna take. Give me a Constitution saving throw. DC's 11.
How do I do this?
On your character sheet where it says you'll have your saves, you go to con, you grab it, and then you
Throw it?
lock it.
There's a little hand that'll appear over it, and you can click and drag and drop.
Yeah, into the box.
Specifically the box, because it's a dice tray.
What's in
Oh,
the
I
box?
see.
Oh,
And you are not the halfling. Okay.
Oh man.
Having a lot of fun, guys.
All right.
It's gonna be a great game. It's gonna be a great game.
Yeah. So you're gonna take 10 points of piercing damage.
Oof.
And then you're going to take another 21 of poison damage.
Oh my god.
So that is going to hurt quite a bit. Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, that's I have to get a calculator to figure that out. But
All right, Flinrin.
It's my turn? Or
No,
are they
you're
attacking
getting
me?
attacked.
Oh, great, cool, yeah, wonderful.
Yeah, that's a 20.
Okay.
Give me a con save for starters.
Well, I might use an ability here.
Okay. Use
He
away.
is very afraid, and he is going to look up in fear and just go, "Ah, please, no!" And I'm going to invoke my my feat called Second Chance. When a creature I see hits me with an attack roll, I can use my reaction to force that creature to re-roll.
That is a very good idea.
That's
So,
a great idea against the crit.
Making a re-roll.
Oh my god!
Are you kidding me?
Brilliant!
Why?
Oh my god!
Oh, okay, all right. What am I rolling?
Oh my god!
Make a con save.
Constitution saving throw? Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Kevin Lambert says, "Get wrecked, nerd."
You're a halfling, at least.
Yes, I am. I forgot. That's good. That's
Oh my
good.
god.
Please.
Cody, I think.
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right. So you pass your saving throw.
Okay.
And you're only going to take half of the poison damage.
Oh, great.
Oh my god, these rolls. So it'll be 12 instead of
Okay.
24. You're a Lightfoot halfling and not a stout.
I am a Lightfoot halfling. Yes.
Okay, awesome.
I may look stout.
Yeah. All right, lucky man. Let's see. So an 11 is probably going to miss you, correct?
I just bonked our cameras, by the way.
Yeah, that's all right. I got it fixed.
Sorry. Okay, good. Professional streamers.
Professional streamers.
Yeah.
So an 11 misses lucky, I take it.
Oh, I'm so sorry. My AC is 16, sir.
Yeah. So jaws, spider jaws come gnashing towards you, but it's got those bum legs and it kind of like slams its face into the ground instead.
Get out of here.
Those spiders
Get
and
outta
those bum
here.
legs.
Don't you bring that wheat tot action.
And then Tia, a 15. Does that hit?
No, I step off into the mist and.
All right, excellent. So you dodge out of the way.
Oh wait,
Perfect.
15 does hit me. I thought it was 17. Sorry, no, I am lying to you.
That's
Broad,
okay.
open face lying to my dungeon master. That's
Wow.
points.
Well, you told me, so you're not very good at it. Give me DC
Not meant to be
11 Constitution.
Constitution coming right up,
Yeah.
sir. That's a 3 on my
That's a 3.
constitution. Can
Oh
I roll
my
a
God.
constitution?
So you're gonna take 5 piercing,
All right.
and the poison is 13. Not terrible. So there are two spiders that have not attacked yet, and I'm just gonna roll to see who they attack. So they're gonna go after Fiona and
Hashtag consultation. Let's get it trending.
yeah.
Yeah, sir, constitution. No, my accidental made up one was dexstitution. So
Dexstitution, that's a good one.
yeah.
You're going to get hit again by another spider. Give me another con save, please.
Alrighty. Constitution saving throws are better. Nope, no, they're not. It really doesn't matter.
Great.
Oh yeah, you guys have inspiration. Remember, you can use that if you like.
I would love to use my inspiration, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. What a kind and gracious DM you are.
And for the chat out there, I know we use it wrong. That's okay. It's my table. I do what I want. All right, so you
Hell yeah.
will pass the save. So you're only going to take 13 points of piercing damage and half of this number. Oof, that hurts a lot. That is a 12. And these spiders are really liking you too, Fiona, unfortunately. A 3 misses. Gets a little overeager.
A little bit of help over here.
And the riders are kind of cackling, and they look overconfident as their spider mounts seem to be wrangling the lot of you quite easily. You're all doomed.
He's not lying.
I've gotten out of worse shakes than this.
Do you have fireball, buddy? I'm just saying.
Yep. I have not
I'm
had
just
turn
saying,
yet.
do not fireball while I'm in the middle of these goddamn spiders. I will turn into a banshee and I will come back and haunt you. Like,
Oh God.
So a sword slash at Sahim misses. As you know, as the rider comes bearing in. 13 on Flenrin.
Oh geez, a 13 to hit me.
Yes.
Yeah, I am small. That hits me.
how much damage was that in total? The 25 on the last one that the spiders hit me?
You had taken 12. Yeah, 25 total.
25 total. Okay, thank you.
Oh, this is so not good. I was on a stroll to go meet somebody. I don't know what happened.
So that's
go to my
gonna be
granddaughter's
10, Jacob.
That's 10 damage.
It is.
So the WND in Fantasy Grounds, is that how much damage I've taken or what health I'm currently at?
It's damage taken.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
All
it goes
right.
up instead of backwards.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. No problem. I will fix that in just a second.
Okay. Lucky. A
Did,
4.
did Sahim go?
Not yet. Not
Oh,
yet.
okay.
We have not gotten them yet.
Oh, you were calling me out for the attack. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So you easily parry that away
I'm
with
sorry.
no trouble whatsoever.
Yes. My dagger.
The riders seem to be attacking half-heartedly. So a 17 is going to hit Tia again. I'm so sorry. For 10, oh my God, these dice.
Who taught you how to balance and counter state? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
You kidding me? In your game, I thought you were going to die every time.
I know. My counters are so awful.
If you're quite done plucking your strings, perhaps a note of encouragement.
Is it my turn?
There's two more to attack, and I'm going to randomly select who they do attack. 3, that's Lucky,
I got a 16 AC.
and 2 is Flinnerin. So Flinnerin, come your
Great.
way.
Yeah, wonderful. Awesome.
17.
Oh.
Yeah, I have a low armor class.
Yeah, I'm vibing that. I feel that. So 7 points.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
boy.
slashing.
That's slashing. That was on Finrin, no, not
okay.
Lucky.
Sorry.
Because I just look at the order they are on the screen for me. And 22 on Lucky.
That's still good.
Yeah, for 7 points. Now, they're all kind of like chortling and laughing at the party's floundering. I can't believe these are the ones. See him. You are up.
No, you didn't.
Oh, it's on.
What is the casualty of my friends if I cast fireball on these guys? Or how many can I get without hurting my friends?
Okay, so you could get
To
3
be honest, we
mounts
just
and
met
3
Jorphdan.
riders. You can get 3 mounts and 3 riders. If you want to exclude everyone in your party. If you want to go Nova on yourself, you can hit everything.
Okay, I'll hit the 3 riders and the 3 spiders.
Okay. Are you going to include the wounded one or not?
I will include the wounded one.
Okay.
The one wounded one? Oh my God.
How now? Sorry, new to Fantasy Grounds. It's fantastic, but it's a little confusing. Where am I casting the spell, or do I just say I'm casting it and you roll saves for?
You can just say you're casting it, and I can roll the saves. That'll work just fine.
Okay,
So what is your DC?
my DC is 16.
Okay, so I'm going to do the 3 riders first. That is 1 save,
Oh my God.
2 saves,
I can't handle.
We're gonna have to make characters.
1 fail on the riders and on our spider guys. We got 1 save, 2 saves. My dice never roll this good when I'm the player. And 1 fail, so it's the same. And so you can just grab all your dice for whatever slot you're using and just throw it in the box. Yeah, so 18.
Mm-hmm. That's fancy.
Okay, so that will obliterate the wounded mount,
Okay.
which means
Was that the one next to me that I hit with the dagger?
yes.
Okay.
So it's Ryder. is going to end up prone.
Beautiful.
And are you doing anything else to him?
If I can safely back up, I'm going to try and back up and get out of their way.
Yeah, there is actually, there is kind of you can go by the one that is prone right now. He would be able to take a swipe at you, but he'll be at this disadvantage.
Sure. Let's see if I can disadvantage my way away from him.
All right.
I'm so nervous.
What are the
I have an AC of 11, so I need to cast Mage Armor too at some point.
What are the chances I'll just roll 2 20s?
Please don't, Dave.
Oh my gosh.
Please don't. You're
Okay,
buying
so
art. I'm just saying.
That is a 17.
That'll hit.
All right, so you're going to take 10 points of damage.
Okay.
And that brings us back to the top of the order.
Nice. That was a great round, guys.
We did fucking fantastic.
Hey, I don't know about you guys. I hit something with the dagger, so I mean,
I did some damage.
Damage was done. I can contest
damage
to
has
this.
been dealt. So whose turn is it? Who's up?
I believe
It is
you.
Lucky's turn.
Lucky's turn. Okay, so I assume the rider that was on the spider that I stabbed, and you said he was prone, right?
He's prone, yes.
Okay, but there's another rider that took some damage as well, correct?
Both of them, yeah.
But he's
three of the riders are damaged.
but they're still on their mounts.
Yes.
Beautiful. All right, here's what I want to do. I want to take one step over and reach down and try to stab with advantage, I assume, right? On the ground, prone.
Yep.
With my rapier on the first one. And that is a whopping 24.
That will get there.
I'm not going to trigger my sneak attack. I'm just going to try to deal 11 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And because I'm a swashbuckler, I no longer have to take the attacks of opportunity from him. So what you see Lucky doing is he kind of looks back and winks. That was very nice. As he kind of looks over to this gnome wizard that just exploded this huge burst of fire. And he kind of takes 2 steps almost like in the middle of the air, like he's flying and floating. And his boots erupt with these kind of silvery flapping wings on the side, and he launches himself up at the second rider that is still on his mount, and he's going to try to drive his dagger right into his face unexpectedly.
Okay.
So please let that be a thing. Oh no!
Inspiration.
Oh, can I inspiration it?
Nice.
You can inspiration.
All right, I will totally do that then. Come on, buddy. 19.
There you go.
19 is gonna be enough, I'm assuming.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a beautiful house rule, Dave. I love that. So 4 damage, and then I'm gonna trigger. Whoops, ignore that. I'm gonna trigger the sneak attack on that attack, and so I'm gonna do 11 points to the guy on the bottom. Float up, fly over at the second one, stab him in the face with the dagger for a total of 22 to the second rider.
Okay. Excellent. He's looking really bad, especially after eating that fireball.
And just because it'd be weird to assume that my character stopped in midair of the round, I'll just kind of finish and land on the other side of the spider.
Okay. Perfect. And that brings us up to Finya again. Am I saying that right?
Okay, so some funny metagame here. Tia sent me a name of one name, and then she was like, "Oh wait, I got another name," and I didn't get the
I
overlay
actually didn't
updated.
think that I had named the character. I thought that you were still waiting on a name because you asked me for a name, and in the back of my head, I was like, I thought I gave him a name. I guess I didn't come up with one really quickly.
I tell you, you want to know where I got the name from?
Nice.
I got the name from the background that you sent over to the artist, because when she sent the file back, she named it Amelia.
Yes, because that's what was the original name. So let's go from now on Amelia for the rest of the show, so that our viewers also aren't confused, because there's
Gotcha.
and then Fianna can be her alter ego, which I was going to
Okay.
do later, but whatever.
We're professionals, guys. We don't make any
I'm like,
mistakes
it's
ever.
fantasy grounds. I don't have to write down the names. They're right in front of me.
As she's kind of almost going down, being bitten and attacked by these spiders left and right, looking around for her, I guess, supposed companions. Well, this won't do at all. And she misty steps back 30 feet, goes back another 30 feet, and tolls the dead again on one of the injured ones, which is going to be another save versus 14.
All right. So spider or rider?
The rider, or the spider, I believe, is injured.
Yeah, there's 3 spiders that are injured.
Okay, well, let's take out their mount so that they can't get to me far the way over here. So let's get one of those spiders.
All right, and you said that was a con save?
That is a Wisdom DC 14 saving throw.
Oh, actually, that is even better for you.
That is what I want to hear.
Except for
Except for
I rolled fairly well.
so you hear a little bong, and she kind of squints to see if anything happens.
The spider does a little two-step as he's digging on it.
Nice.
And I rub kind of one of my injured areas.
Yeah,
That's
and
my turn.
remember, Lucky gains those temporary hit points at the beginning of the round, so you have 3 temporary hit points.
You have 4 temporary hit points.
4.
I
I'm sorry.
thought Amelia was targeted with that. Was it
Nope,
me?
I
No,
gave it
that
to
was
Lucky.
you. He said specifically you.
And then Amelia took a ton of damage, and I was like, oh crap.
I have taken a ton of damage. That is accurate. I am at 35.
But you are far away now.
I am now, and I will keep running in. Oh, I don't want to run very far into the mist. Somebody help me!
Is it my turn, David?
It is.
Okay, so I have a couple of things. First of all, Sahim, is he in the middle of everybody?
No, he had moved away to the outside of the ring.
So is Sahim away from danger?
Yes.
In comparison to Fianna. Is Fianna away from danger?
She's even more far away, further away from danger.
Great. All right. I also have another question. Most of these abilities I have are bonus actions. Can I, since I don't want to take 2 bonus actions in a turn, can I make one a bonus action, or do I have to spend it as a bonus action?
You technically would have to do it as a bonus action. It's kind of wonky like that. You can't even trade them.
It's cool. So is there a spider right in front of me?
There is.
Okay, so nervously, I'm going to pull out my short sword. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to look over at Fianna, and I'm going to play a few notes on my viola and cast Healing Word at 4th level.
Man, that broken spell.
Make one video, and everybody just loses their mind.
Yep.
I meant to outlaw that spell.
Oops, I don't want to roll this. That was a joke. I didn't mean to roll that because I didn't add my modifier. All right. That's because I didn't get it. All right, this is the roll. You're gaining that many hit points.
14.
And then I'm going to pull out my short sword, which I've probably barely ever used before, and attack the spider in front of me. That's a +3. Great.
It just skitters to the side as you stab into the.
I'm not very good at this, and I'm just gonna sit there in the front, kind of awaiting anything to happen, and just wait.
Wait, was that all healing done?
Yeah, 14 hit points back to you.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
So that's it for you then?
Yeah, that's it. That's all I can do.
Okay, perfect.
That's a lot.
All right.
I'm assuming if I move, it's gonna get an attack of opportunity on me.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll stay there. We'll see what happens.
All right. All right. So now there is Lucky and Flinrin. You two are the only ones that are kind of like in the mass right now.
Yeah.
But let's see. Lucky can actually make a attack of opportunity as one of the pair peel off.
Yeah, let's do that. With the rapier. So, ha-chow! 22.
That will definitely hit. Were you attacking the spider or the rider?
If you're gonna let me attack the rider, who I just did damage to, I'm gonna keep attacking him.
Okay. So that absolutely puts him down.
Fuck yes.
Yeah, you just drive. He kind of like dodges to the side, but to the wrong side, and you drive your rapier right through the back of his skull as the rider and mount are heading over towards Amelia. Also, Jacob, Flinrin can also take an attack of opportunity as one of the spiders that are near you moves.
Great. My wonderful, wonderful attack that I'm so good at with this crappy little short sword.
Come on, buddy.
That's a...
Nat 20. Nat 20. Nat 20.
With that build up, that's what I would expect.
Nat 20.
It didn't roll it. I don't know why I didn't. Oh, there we go. Never mind.
Oh,
That will hit.
Okay, cool. Let's do a grand total of that's a lot of damage. That's great.
Sarcasm is not lost on us.
Do I literally have no bonus to this? Yep.
Are you fighting with the short sword?
That's I'm proficient with it. I believe it's
That's a D8.
It's a D8. Yeah. And I have no bonus to it because my strength is 0. So
yeah, short sword is just D6, right?
D8. If I'm using 2 hands, it's a D10. So it's just 3 damage.
No, that's a longsword.
Oh, never mind. I have a longsword then. I was reading. What? Never mind. That's a D8. That's it.
All right, perfect. All right. So with that, the 3 spiders that are kind of still grouped together, 2 of them are going to go after Lucky.
Yeah, okay. Let's go for it.
And it appears Lucky is lucky on that one. 14 is not going to get there, correct?
14 is not going to get there, Dave.
Okay.
I see that something rubbed off on you a little bit there.
Yeah.
12 is not going to be enough either, my friend.
All right. But that's okay, because, what they really are hankering for now is halfling.
Oh!
So the dice have turned. So the 2 spiders are left. The one is going to just get to Amelia, but it cannot attack. And the other one will get to Sihim.
Sihim, please don't die.
Well, Sihim, give me a Constitution saving throw.
You can do it, buddy. You can do it.
Crap.
We can
You're
do
going to
it.
take 11 piercing damage. You're going to make the save. So you're only going to take half of this poison damage, which is going to be 8.
So total of
8 and 11, 19.
19. I think I'm down.
Oh no.
Yep, I'm down.
No!
Oh,
Okay.
crap.
So,
Oh.
So let's see. Who would be Lucky? You would be kind of over. You'd be kind of the one that would probably be able to see in that direction. Give me a perception check.
Yeah, that's a thing I can do. I'm perceptive, I believe. 17.
A 17. Okay, so you can see that he is not. He's not dead. You see, he's breathing. Like his chest is rising and falling. So he doesn't look like he's gasping, his last breath. But that being said, he has a very pale look to him, and does not look particularly great.
Okay.
So,
I'm gonna to kind of shout out to look over at the bard and the elf and kind of be like, as I believe he will need some attention probably immediately.
Quite.
Yeah, okay, I can do that.
There's just like a spider standing over him, just chomping on him. Like, I don't know who you are, but he is in trouble.
So the rider, it's their turn. The rider that's on that spider, he just reaches down and grabs Sahim and throws him over the back of his spider.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
We got to give a couple of quick shout outs here. We want to give a big shout out to M. Harrison. Thanks for the $10 here as he's throwing some love over Tia's way. And Don, who is on almost every stream. Don is over here. I give money to the game because it's the best interactive improvisational entertainment I can find on a Wednesday night. Much love, Don. We appreciate the love, buddy.
Ooh,
Yeah, thanks,
awesome.
folks. Appreciated. So that guy uses his action to just scoop up and throw him over the shoulder, throw him over the shoulder or over the back of the spider, and just kind of gives him a reassuring pat. The one that did make it to Tia, he's going to attack. Ooh, is not going to get there.
He's not a halfling, right?
He is not a halfling.
all season, last season, guys, everybody was halfling. Every time we rolled a 1, it was just
Like,
more rerolls.
reroll.
So
All the rerolls. All right, Jacob. You got 2 of these guys bearing down on you.
Uh-oh.
A 13 is going to hit.
Yeah, 13
Yeah.
is exactly what will hit.
So you take
oh
8.
no! Please don't go down, buddy. We need your healing word to get Sahim back up.
Yeah, I know.
And a 9. So I think that 9 actually misses you.
Yeah, that 9 does miss. So that was 8 damage, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So 38.
All right. So
Oh!
oh,
That does that automatically?
Uh-huh.
yes.
Turn and you're dead? That's interesting.
So you got 2 failures.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm coming. Don't worry. I'm coming. Oh, Lord. Oh, no.
You know what would be great? Healing word would be great right now.
Yeah, I bet it would, Cody. I bet it would. Don't you think?
It's not overpowered at all.
No, it's not. I have cure wounds, but it's a whole action.
And you're so far away.
If only there was a bonus action 30-foot away spell that could heal.
If only.
I think it's 60.
I feel like I'm really missing
60.
some part of the novel here. Like,
It's a YouTuber thing. Sorry.
I'll share the video with you later, Tia. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I'm gonna hold my picket sign over here.
It is my most controversial and disliked video on YouTube. That's all we're making fun of a little bit here.
Oh no, not that.
It's fodder. It's all just fodder for
Pure
our
clickbait.
amusement.
Pure
So, Lucky, you are up.
yeah.
man.
So yeah, things don't look great, right? How many riders? We've only killed 1 of the 6 riders, right?
You've killed 1 rider and 1 spider.
That is not great.
It does not look great. We're entering round 3 now.
I am going to freak out for a second, and I'm going to kind of reach down into my pocket to be like, prepare for the amazing magic of Lucky, and I kind of throw a card down on the ground. And so, if you're ready, I think we're ready to maybe draw a card here that we
Ace
have.
of Spades.
So
What
just
are
to,
you up to?
just to show people, we're gonna shuffle this thing. And
That was a
and
great shuffle code.
Please tell me they have clips on YouTube. Somebody
That
did
one.
that.
We have the 8 of diamonds. So I hope that's a good one. So with the 8 of diamonds, oh fuck. A massive, amazing, incredible, hulking Knoll shows up. And he as he kind of like looks over, and I yell, "There's more to where that comes from!" And I'm kind of like fumbling with the cards in the back, like there's got to be a better card in here. And
There's more knolls.
yeah, so yeah, that's all I can do unless I can make an offhanded attack as a bonus action, which I don't. I think I can kind of do, maybe not.
No, not technically. You can only do
Only
that
as part of an attack. I can do it as a
Yeah.
bonus. Yeah. Then that. Yeah. That's all. I'm gonna make.
So
I'm
what
gonna
is
create
your
some
Knoll doing?
He's just growling, and he is like trying to make himself look big. Gnolls are surprisingly big, right? So he's like
7 foot
yeah,
tall.
yeah. He's it's a big dude. So he's probably taller than the riders on the spiders are as tall by himself, and he's gonna kind of like reach up and kind of get the whip out
Nice.
as he's kind of got the flail going.
Okay. So
And-
did you put him kind of in the thick of it where you guys or over at one of the other
In
ones?
between the nearest spider-like thing and the dying gnome, that's probably where I would have spawned it.
Okay. Awesome.
And I need to burn this card now, so because it's gone. That's Lucky's turn.
All right. So Amelia, what are you doing?
While he's shouting out and being loud and distracting, can I use that opportunity to attempt to hide or stealth?
There is literally nothing.
Yeah.
to
Okay. I
hide.
still I had to give it a shot. All right. Now that I am 60 feet out, I'm gonna pull out my bow and attack the same one that he is attacking, so that I might reap the benefits of my sneak attack as well. Bam. Hello. Actions. That's what I'm looking for, and that is not at advantage for any reason that I can think of. Nope. Okay. So we're just not this damage, and hopefully I'll get to roll after I roll it to hit. Does a 17 hit?
It does hit. So were you attacking the one that was going after the gnome? I will count the illusion as an ally.
Yes.
Okay.
That would be great.
So do you want to go after the rider or the mount?
Let's go after the rider. I'm far enough away. And
Okay.
do some damage to him. Start pepper spraying damage across all these
Nice.
people. Oh, this is going to be a long day.
Okay, so he takes an arrow. He's already been scorched a bit from the fireball earlier.
That'll be my action.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, they do have a harder time noticing me with my cloak up. They need it. I have disadvantage on checks to see me.
Okay, Cloak of Elvenkind.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Yeah, I have one too.
Isn't that broken? I mean, totally fair and balanced.
I mean, it's not healing word, but
Yeah. Linrin, you're
okay, I'm done. I'm sorry, I'm done.
you're up. What are you going to do? You by chance have medicine?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Am I proficient?
Yes.
Well, I'm a bard. I'm kind of jack of all
Oh,
trades.
you are proficient in everything. Okay. Give me a straight up intelligence check then. with your
Intelligence?
jack of all.
If you don't get to him, he's gonna die. That's what your check
okay.
is.
Is this going to be my action?
No,
Or
no. This is
All right, okay. Just as flat intelligence.
plus half your proficiency modifier.
Okay, 1 second. That would be +2, +1. So, no, +2. Bow. 5.
Oh, that was a lot of that up front. Okay. Perfect. All right.
so,
what do you
So I
want to
noticed nothing.
correct.
Okay, I'm going to look, and I look over at Sahim, and I'm just going to yell, "Don't worry, little wizard!" And I'm going to run off, and I'm going to cast Healing Word again at 3rd level.
Okay.
That is,
Little wizard. Oh,
And he's also tiny, which
I
is
know,
Oh.
it's adorable.
there you go. There's 13 health. Please live.
So
Please don't die.
13 health. Okay. So Sahim,
Yes.
you're conscious and you are completely aware, but you cannot move.
Okay.
He's not moving.
So I still have this face.
Pretty much. And like you're looking up above you and you see, you see this undead dragonborn in studded leather armor with his rusty long sword, like kind of completely ignoring you, but you're completely paralyzed. So that was your bonus action.
Oh yeah. So question. As far as I'm aware with the rules, I can only cast a spell, a leveled spell, once per turn. After that, if I'm going to cast any action spell, it needs to be a cantrip, right?
Yes, the correct.
Okay, cool. I have awesome cantrips. So I have light, mage hand, and mending. So let's.
Someone's getting an invisible purple nurple.
How far away is he?
How far away is he from you?
Yes.
He's about 30 feet away. Oh no, he's a
Okay.
gnome. He's only what is your speed? 20, 25? 25.
Well, he got picked up and put on a spider, right?
He did, but they haven't gone anywhere yet.
Okay, is he strapped down onto the spider?
He is not.
I'm going to mage hand pull him off the spider. And I'm just going to be like, "Give him back!"
Give me an athletics check using your intelligence modifier.
Okay, intelligence or charisma?
Charisma. I'm sorry, you're a bard.
Okay, all right. Just charisma modifier, not spell or anything, just charisma.
Yeah, just charisma. You can use athletics if you have it.
Cool, yeah. Athletics, That's good old +0. So, hey, there we go.
Oh, absolutely. You can't really move a whole lot of weight with Mage Hand,
Nope.
but you actually just shift him enough that he slides off.
And I'm there, like, concentrating so hard, going like, like trying to get him to move.
Excellent. No, I don't want that. I want this. All right, so now it's their turn.
Oh shit.
now it's going to probably get ugly. So let's see. You guys have killed a mount and one of the riders so far. So Tia, you have a rider and the spider in your face. So spider will take a bite at you.
Oof.
Let's talk about this. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not.
Persuade the spider.
No, I'm holding on to this spell I've got called Charm Monster.
Okay.
So just letting you know.
So you take 7 points of piercing damage and give me a Constitution saving throw. DC 11.
Could polymorph the spider.
Thank you, Prax, for the $5. I love you.
Come on.
How much damage?
7, and I need a con save.
We're gonna make it. We're gonna be fine.
Oh, that was on the 2.
It was. It like hit the 2 and went over.
Yeah. Good stuff. So you're only going to take half damage on poison.
Not cocked.
Not gack. So it's 9 points of poison damage, though.
All right. That's not so bad. I can deal with that for now. Please don't hurt me anymore. That wasn't a challenge.
All right. Jacob, the 13, that hits you, right?
Yeah, 13 does hit me.
I wasn't expecting naked adventurers.
Buddy, we gotta get you a
I
shield.
have armor.
We gotta
I
get
need
you
to
a
get better
shield.
armor. I don't know why I didn't decide to do that.
Oh, wait. Can I drink a potion as a bonus action or no?
On your turn, I'll allow that.
Okay.
So 13 piercing damage and give me a con save.
Ow. 1 second. That's
Rin.
okay. Constitution save.
Yes.
We gotta get Sahim back up, man, and into this.
I know.
Is he still
He's
not moving?
I don't know
He's
why.
not moving at all over there?
No.
Ah.
Hey!
Ooh, 20. Bam! You definitely passed that saving throw.
That moment when you realize you wasted a nat 20 on the saving throw.
Wow.
No, you only
half
take
of
8
that.
points. Yeah, so you only take 8 points.
So what's the total damage I'm taking?
21.
Am I down? I think that's 50. I'm at 51 now, unless I'm doing math wrong.
I got you still up.
Yeah, I'm still there. Okay.
Not by a lot, but I still got you up. All right. 2 of the spiders are gonna chomp at Lucky. See if,
AC 16.
see if he's feeling lucky or not.
Plus
Well, then
dodge.
that one,
Yeah, baby.
not gonna do
Nice.
And the spider breaks his leg on the nap.
it. Yeah. The 17 though is gonna get.
Yeah, that's
there.
gonna be enough. You need a con save?
I do.
Hichow! That is a whopping 11 Constitution saving
That's
throw.
all you need. It. So you take 5 piercing.
Okay, that's a thing I can do.
Oh man.
Now I've still got these 8 temp hit points that I'm gonna use up first here. So
Yeah.
17 total.
So that yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna take an additional 9. So that should type. That's a thing that should type. I bet I can do it on this sheet, not in the combat tracker. There we go. Cool. I'm okay. I'm okay at the moment. I'm feeling very heroic thanks to that little halfling who is screaming at the gnome
little
unnecessarily.
So the 5th spider moves towards Amelia, but does not have enough movement to get there.
Nice thing about being paralyzed is the spiders don't bite you anymore. So
You know what you should do, Flinrin? You should cast polymorph. You should cast polymorph on the elf. It's the thing you should do.
On the elf?
Yeah, it'll give her a whole new huge set of life.
Yeah, I could.
Or yourself.
Okay. No.
So we're gonna use. We're gonna take two. So right now, there is now 2 spiders near the elf, and 2 of those. The riders.
Oh my gosh.
So the first rider, a 19 to hit. Second rider, 16 or a 20 to hit. These dice. I wish I rolled this good when I was.
Got real quiet.
I know, we're all waiting for damage to be rolled at the moment.
We're all. It's tense.
It's tense. 6 and 9 points of damage.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Who is that on?
Amelia. And then we're going to. So Lucky has one of them near him,
Oh man.
which is going to miss. You easily pick it off with your rapier. I'm going to feed you to the betrayer. And let's see. Coming
Was that
in
at me?
No.
Okay.
Coming at Flinrin with a 12 to hit.
Hey, he hits my armor. Or I guess I dodge. I don't know. It's my dexterity.
Oh yeah. Excellent. So all right. So 2, that's 3, that's 4. There's 1 more to attack. And seeing as Lucky seems to be the bigger threat, he moves in. AC 16, slashing at you with his longsword. Beating you with the side of it for 3 points of damage. And Saheem does not have to roll a death save. I don't know what it's going to do or not, but that is the end of round 3.
Oh my god.
Do I get another save for this paralyzation, or am I just paralyzed?
For right now, you're paralyzed, but you're the spiders and riders are nowhere to be seen. The gray bleakness fades away. You actually find yourself in a square. Let me see. Can I share? Do you guys see this map or no?
You gotta right click it and then hit the little share button or whatever.
Right click it.
Yeah, so like right click it and then
sharing.
Yeah, and then go ahead and share it all.
Oh my goodness, we're gonna get a map.
Dun, 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 dun.
There is another map, but it just didn't work out for me.
I wonder what that map was built in, Dave. Why don't you tell us all?
Ooh, in pyromancer.com, the Dungeon Painter Studios. So you guys kind of find yourself. Let's see, how do I get your tokens in here? Sorry, guys, I'm new on this side of the screen for Fantasy Grounds. Can I just pull them from up here? No.
Yeah, if you go to pull up each individual character sheet and you can just drag the little token right onto the thing.
Okay, perfect.
And let's try to get a combat overlay. Oh, it's almost like I made a combat overlay for this.
It's almost like that. Although the drag thing did not work for me.
Oops, I minimized it. How do I get it back? There it is. Never mind.
Let's see. What about this one? Nah, for some reason
You gotta open up the character sheets and on the right hand little square token, grab that and drag that over there. I can actually, I think, drag my token onto the thing. Actually,
Okay.
for some reason, it's not working.
Yeah, I wonder if it's how I did it. I don't
I
know.
just remembered that I have spells.
That's a thing that we can do. But anyway, so what you guys see all around you, you're basically, there's this water fountain in the center of what looks to be a square of a town or city.
Okay.
Okay.
There is a above the water the fountain itself, there's a brazier burning with a cold fire burning in it. The flames are blue. There's steam is lightly rising off of the water. All around you, you have these buildings with terracotta roofs, and the actual shingles on the roofs are actually teardrop shaped. They're not square or even kind of like what you're seeing here now. every so often you'll see something rising into the distance, and it's basically a building. It's a pagoda, and the same thing. These terracotta roofs. The architecture here looks incredibly old. Also, the street is populated with tons of citizens of the city, and they all seem kind of shocked and startled by your sudden appearance.
We all appear there?
You're all around that fountain. The riders and the mounts and the spiders are all gone. The grayness is gone.
Okay.
Are my injuries gone?
No, they're very much there. And you hear the words "Grisak, Grisak," being uttered all around you, as you see these diminutive figures about the size of the gnome, as well as the halfling. There should be a bunch of them, and they are kind of reptilian in appearance and scaled. And they're just wearing, it's dusk right now, so you can still kind of see, but it's dim light for all intents and purposes. You do have the fire above you that's kind of lighting the square, but chances are you guys have been around the block and you've seen kobolds before. But there seems to be a lot of them, and they seem like you just interrupted them going about their business. And they
Is this a city full of kobolds, or is there people
Yes.
and kobolds?
It's a city full of kobolds, and then looking around, you see some taller figures, more dragonborn.
Okay.
Except for, unlike the dragonborn you just encountered, these ones don't look to be draped in dead flesh. Do any of you speak Draconic?
No.
Fuck.
Perfect. So you keep hearing like this, like almost like like a ripple through a crowd. You hear them utter "Grisak, Grisak," and then it like slowly, like dawns on you what they're saying. Like you understand, whatever your native language is, your mind begins kind of translating it. You can all just write Draconic down on your character sheets.
Okay.
Okay.
And
That was my time to shine with comprehend languages, and I failed it.
it was so fun. But the words mean stranger or outsiders.
What sorcery is this?
I prefer the term tourist, but
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Where are we?
we're not quite home, Dorothy, is what I can tell you. Hello, greetings. I say as I'm kind of like pushing my back to the back of the other adventurers, just kind of nonchalantly trying to do the whole circle back-to-back thing and look around and see if anybody has the intent to kill us immediately.
The larger figures, the dragonborn, they kind of like push their way through the crowd, and the kobolds begin, kind of like fading back, and they look kind of anxious and nervous and scared. Some of them are coming forward, but there's definitely like mothers ushering children away.
Perhaps now would be the good time for a jaunty, friendly tune. Something lighthearted.
You see him go as he's still paralyzed and wanting some help.
Dave, I am going to begin performing a song. And I'm going to start playing this little tune that I know, and it kind of starts off with this couple of notes from the viola, and there's a few lyrics in there. The name of the song is called "Mary Had a Little Myconid," and I'm going to do an enthralling performance. I have to perform for 1 minute, and I can choose up to 4 creatures to become enthralled by me. It's kind of like a charm almost. And it's a wisdom saving throw of 15, but I'm not intentionally trying to like charm them. It just comes out of whatever I'm doing. So yeah, I'm just trying to be like, we're here to, we're cool. We're not trying to hurt anybody.
Okay. All right. Well, 2 of them will absolutely be enthralled regardless. So, and so another word you kind of hear like mingled in with the cries of outsiders, and that is Whiskly. And again, you're able to translate it again and translate hairless apes.
We actually hear that?
Yeah. There's people speaking and kind of like pointing. You know, the larger dragonborn appear to be what you would think of as watch or soldiers, and then finally like one of them kind of speaks up and points a taloned finger in the general direction. Where did you come from, outsiders?
Though I must admit, hairless ape is probably better than what I have been called before. We have come from the mists, but we are in need of help and aid for our small friend here. Do you have capabilities here for healing?
Yes, of course we do. But what is this? What kind of sorcery? What is this trick?
There is no trick. I mean, I am capable of many tricks, but this is not a trick that I have done. Nor
It wasn't our fault the way we ended up here. We've got no idea. He needs help, and I was just walking through the forest, and this happened. Who are all of you?
I am Grenthmar, and I am the captain of the watch here. He kind of walks over to Sahim and kind of nudges him with a boot.
Oil can. Oil can.
Oh my god.
I will bow deeply as he introduces himself.
I follow after, but kind of bad. So I see him.
One of those theater bows.
Yeah.
My name is Fianna Amelia, and it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. And as to how we ended up in this interesting predicament, well, as you can see, we're a band of merry adventurers, and we seem to have taken a wrong turn at Albuquerque, and we ended up here. We would be much amiss without your assistance. Thank you so much, Your Honor.
The general read of the crowd is a combination of shock, wonder, fear. What manner of creatures are you? I've never seen hairless apes like you.
It's halfling, actually. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Small people. Yep.
He kind of kneels down in front of Glenrin. You seem so, and he looks a little perplexed. Intelligent.
You've never seen anyone like us, you say?
Well, in the forest, the hairless apes, they roam. Also, over in Zenkir, they keep them. He looks for a word for a moment, and then he kind of has
pets.
No, slaves. And
that is much worse. Yes, indeed.
You can see that he says it with kind of a distaste.
Okay, that's what I'm hoping for. Well, we appreciate you not putting us into slavery and are happy to work to earn our keep or perhaps pay for a tavern to stay in. But I'm afraid that my friend may lose consciousness if we don't get him aid soon, and we would be happy to answer any of your questions, but time is of the essence for us, unfortunately. We wish not to disrupt nor harm anyone here. We are just simply in a very odd predicament at the moment. You understand the world being filled with magic, that things don't always go as we plan, and the almighty gods, well, they just put us wherever they see fit at the time, and we clearly were meant to be here to become friends with all of you.
He turns to the rest of you.
Are they buying it?
What she said.
This one talks a lot. Is that normal for their type?
No.
Only ones without hair. And I kind of point down to the wildly hairy gnome by comparison. But she is speaking truth about this one here. He seriously is ill. He possibly will die very soon.
Yeah, he's
now.
already kind of kneeling down, so he kind of turns and places a couple of fingers on Sahim's neck, and you see him cock his head to the side, and you imagine maybe he's counting. This one is stable.
He's
The rest
stable.
of- Yes.
Kind of look
I
down
go
like,
over to Sahim and I hug his stable body.
What
I'm so glad you didn't die.
what happened to the lot of you? You do not look so good.
Oh, yeah, I'm bleeding.
We were.
Mist spiders.
There was a great evil that descended upon us.
Mist spiders.
did you
I
all
think you
come
were
from the
mistaken.
city? And I kind of look over to the rest of the group. Did you all come from the city as I did?
No, I was in the forest.
You're kidding
Well,
me.
just walking. Yep, just walking through forest.
And you. And I because obviously he doesn't know any of your names. So he kind of points over to you, Amelia / Fiona.
That's her first and last name, Amelia Fiena. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so yeah, where were you previous to the mist spiders, as we I guess shall call them?
I was actually helping at the local orphanage and pouring some soup, as I tend to do on most days.
Oh, it's so sweet.
I know.
Other kind people in this world. Like, good on you. And I shake your hand.
I shake it back.
Dave, does Lucky believe her? Just curious. Does Lucky
me
believe?
that.
Is he buying any of that shit?
Give me a insight check.
All right.
I wanted to say
I mean-
sense motive.
I mean, I'll roll for it. If you want to just tell me what you think would be funny, or we can go that route too.
I'm a deception.
Wow, 16. Damn it!
So close.
Amelia seems like the sweetest, most sincere soul you have ever met.
Little ray of sunshine, just kind of.
The dagger she's like casually put back already. Well, it is good that we have people like you in this world. You know, orphans hold a special place in my heart. I have a friend who used to be an orphan. Went a bit crazy, but you know, he's fine now, sort of.
So, what are all of your names?
So you came together, but you don't know who each other are. This is
Oh.
strange.
I
You've
met
become
them.
strangers.
I met them all about 2-3 rounds ago. 18 seconds ago.
30 seconds.
But I feel like we've bonded for nearly an hour.
Indeed, we do not. I have never seen these people, whether they are acquainted with themselves, amongst themselves, of course. I do not know.
I'm going to walk up to the Dragonborn and stick my hand out and say, it's good to meet you. I'm Flynn, Flynnerin.
So he looks at you a little bit quizzically at first. As I said, Captain Grafnum. And he extends his hand and basically wraps his taloned fingers around you at the basic elbow. And you kind of come up like just past his wrist, probably.
It's quite a grip.
And at this point, you notice other Dragonborn have kind of gathered. They're all wearing armor and armed. Most of the kobolds have faded to the back, but they're still looking like they look like you would expect in any city where something unexpected happens. They're kind of like, you know, the gossiping has already begun. I will have my guards grab your companion, and you will have to come with me.
Thank you.
We must-
please just don't hurt him. He is quite fragile, as far as I've known.
Remind me to teach you a little bit better footwork. I noticed you took quite a few attacks there from the foes that probably could have been better avoided. Also,
What are you talking about, me?
Yeah, you should wear some armor. I mean, I like music. It's very pleasant to the hearing, but you know, bit of armor wouldn't hurt.
I've not really
A
gone
shield?
many fights before, but I guess I could. And he does like a little jump and a hop, and he's just like, huh, huh.
Yeah, as you're clasping forearms with the Dragonborn captain, and he looks at you quizzically and he says, "Miss Spider, I think not," as he's poking like the holes in your shirt and tunic.
Oh, yeah. They poisoned and hurt a lot of us. Wasn't very enjoyable.
Yes, I see. You said they miss. but it does not appear so, little one.
Oh.
Good night, everybody.
Oh.
That's a good one. I'll write that one into to whatever book I've got because I've never actually used that before. No, they were in mist, like fog, like foggy mist, and fog.
And he just
But they
waves
hit
his
us.
hand through the mist like that's coming off of the water fountain.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah.
Well, anyway, we will tend to your wounds and your friend. It'll be for the Lady Briella Moontalon to decide what to do with you.
Okay.
We do
Have I ever heard of that name before?
No.
Interesting. Interesting.
You've been here for a little while, and the sun has kind of been going down and fading, as it was just dusk when you got here. Looking up, give me intelligence checks. I don't know if anyone has like navigation or anything like that. If you do, you can use that. If you're a bard, obviously you can use your bard.
Yeah,
What kind of navigation? Because Lucky was a sailor for many years. So if it's like stars navigation stuff,
Yeah, you can use your you can add your proficiency modifier then.
okay. So, I'm already proficient, I guess. That's just a save. Oh, wow. Cool.
Nice.
22.
Okay, so the two of you, what you notice looking up at the sky as the stars begin to come out, this is not the sky you're used to looking at. It looks completely different. The stars are not right.
Oh,
They're in all the
I
wrong
don't think
places.
I know where we are anymore.
After hearing that, he'll kind of look up. Though that is quite disturbing. Yes. The stars are wrong. They're just wrong.
I look at the Dragonborn and I say, yeah, your stars are wrong. You got wrong. They're all broken.
And then
I must concur.
And then, as like the shock is wearing off, you start taking in more details. The armor on some of the kobolds, there are a few of them are armored, not as many as the Dragonborn. All the Dragonborn you see, they seem to be armored. The armor they're wearing, it doesn't look like armor you're used to seeing. It looks like lacquered wood with like wooden slats. It's very shiny and colorful and ornate. Their helms are have that what is it called, like the lobster tail to it.
All right.
Dave, lobster tail helms. We know exactly what you're talking about. I don't know the name of it, but I got you.
Yeah.
Yep.
The word lobster is actually in there somewhere. I just don't remember it off the top of my head.
Googling now.
Are we being surrounded by these guys? Are they like not letting us move around?
They have surrounded you. They're not particularly threatening, but they also seem very wary and on guard.
I'm gonna look up at Lucky and I'm just gonna say, so what were you planning to do?
I was planning to do nothing but see a friend today. Of course, I do not believe that we are necessarily even in a same place. That
I'll
I
look
could
at
go
everybody
do
else
that.
as well and say, so those people in the mist called us chosen or destined or something along the line with that. I don't know what that means, and frankly, I don't know where we are, and I don't know what to do.
Well, I mean, what does it really matter? We're here.
That's true.
We're here now. We only know each other. We're outsiders. I say we stick it out and see what happens. Perhaps there's gold in it. As long as we can find a way. No, what do you mean by we're not where we're supposed to be? This looks like. I'll just.
Well,
let
no,
it
the
happen.
stars are all wrong. Yeah, it's not different universe or something, or the stars are just broken, and
I'm
somebody
sorry.
has to fix them.
Did you say different universe?
Well, you hear it in like the stories and stuff like that.
No, we don't know. Perhaps elaborate.
Okay, there's some stories where people tend to go off into different universes that are different from theirs, and they have to get their way back. There was this one that I read a long time ago. It was about some vampire named Strahd, but this I don't. I don't know where we are at this moment, but it's just purely myth that I'm speaking of. I have a few songs that I could play about it if you'd like to hear, but we should find a tavern.
I think that we should find someone in charge and find out what universe we're on.
Yeah,
that's not possible.
yeah, I agree with that sentiment right there.
Is Sahim like functioning at all at this point?
Not yet. No,
Still paralyzed.
he is still
Sahim,
paralyzed.
awaken!
I want to ask the wizard so many questions.
Yeah, the one guy that can actually tell us shit is paralyzed.
Can he blink?
No, paralyzed.
No, more so.
I mean, I'm asking. I mean, Dave, can he?
No,
can he blink?
he's just staring.
Oh my god, he can't even blink. Yes or no?
Okay, well, like, I keep his eyes moist. I don't know.
I'm going to
Close his eyes for him.
I'm going to go over to
dry
him and start playing a few notes again, and this beautiful hymn comes out of the viola, and I'm going to cast Lesser Restoration on him.
Ooh.
Oh, that does the trick.
He's alive! Oh, what's your name? I don't even know your name.
And he gets up and he's like, who are you? Who are you?
Oh,
Why did
I'm
you
Flynn.
come here?
Name's Flynn, halfling. Yep. I think we're in a different universe with dragon people surrounding us, and we have no idea where we are, and they think that we belong to like slaves or something like that. I don't know who any of us are, and we're all coughs up blood, dying a little bit.
So what is everyone's passive perception checks?
8, 10,
That was two numbers.
11, 10.
14.
17.
Holy shit.
All right, so the
That's nice.
17, right? You guys are kind of like going back and forth and talking, and it looks like one of the other guardsmen goes to say something or interrupt. You just kind of catch it out of the corner of your eye, and you see Grothin make just a subtle gesture, and they kind of stiffen and quiet, and they seem to just be kind of like patiently watching and listening.
You know, this could all be solved much more easily if they had a cleric among them. We could just put ourselves under a zone of truth and give ourselves to their whims, and perhaps they'd be more so inclined to help us. Unless, of course, they want to treat us like gods, then I say let's find the nearest tavern.
That's true.
All of the Dragonborn begin laughing uproariously when you say that. Gods, hairless apes as gods. And they also seem like they've been paying attention and looking at your gear. They seem really interested in your gear. It's different to theirs. It's not that it's so much more sophisticated than what you see them have. It's just different. But they seem very interested in it.
If there's any kids that are nearby that are like totally creeped out, I'll be like, hey, look at my sword, look at my cool, and I'll change the colors of my cloak and I'll try to be amicable towards the people.
The Dragonborn are keeping away anyone that would be what you consider like a civilian.
Mm-hmm.
So any curious onlookers, if the lot of you are finished, come with me. We will go to the spire and we will talk to the lady, or at least
please,
her
please,
advisors.
the way. Honestly, I'd love to. Yep. Mm-hmm.
As Lucky kind of follows along with everybody, he kind of just walks over to Flynn, kind of leans in. You really must teach me that song. That was quite a trick.
Okay. It's not that hard. It's just a little bit of it. Do you have any instruments that you know how to play?
They play the drums whenever we are rolling.
Yeah, I don't know how to play that at all. So so it might be a little bit tricky.
Left, right, right.
It's a good song.
I know that.
It's
too.
very, very good.
That fills heart up with fervor needed to get across giant oceans.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so as you guys are marching through the streets, everything, the buildings look very old. The architecture seems very old. It's different than anything you've seen. All the roofs are adorned with this terracotta. Every once in a while you see rain spouts where you'd kind of be used to seeing maybe like gargoyles, but instead they're like dragons that are kind of hunched over. and it looks like they're designed in a way that the water will run, out of their maws, as the rainwater collects. There's barrels underneath to collect it. It's very organized, and again, you've not seen anything other than these reptilian creatures. You think you might have spotted or caught a glance at a turtle-looking humanoid. Another one. It looked like one of the big kobolds or one of the dragonborn, but it looked a bit different and they had a long tail. You didn't see too many of those, but everything you've seen so far has been scaly. And
Flynn is waving and smiling at everyone. And then they scowl at him. He's like,
So, what is it you and your companions seek here? I'm very confused. We've never seen the likes of your group before.
We're just about as confused as you are.
Seek a way home. I've got a birthday party to go to. I can't just stay here forever.
You've got a birthday party to go to. Oh, yes. No.
My granddaughter's.
No. Oh. We have to get you back home. It's a number one priority.
Flynnrin, I like you. We're gonna be friends.
And he's just coming up with all the different reasons as to why, but he can't get them all out. He's just it's your granddaughter, and you.
It's important, yes.
They're going to play songs.
I don't believe they hired a bard, but I think I know where to find one now.
I will. He begins writing songs. What's her name? What's her name?
Mirabelle.
You can rhyme that with anything. And he just begins writing. He's
Do you have any parts?
And you're going to go to the birthday party.
Kind of leans over.
Please stop shaking me.
Look, he kind of leans over Flynnrin while he's writing down the music. If you have any part for drums, I would be happy to accompany you, of course.
Yeah, okay. Don't push your luck. We might. Drums and a viola, it could go along pretty well. Amelia, do you play anything?
Oh, just the tune in my heart, that's all. And, every occasional I'll read to the orphans.
Okay, so we're going to give you the triangle. And that's what I'm doing on the way there.
Ah, yes, hatching.
I will ting the triangle every now and then.
Left, right, ting.
The last triangle that I was in, I believe it was a love triangle. This one's much easier to deal with.
Is that a special kind of triangle? Like, is that a...
Oh, it was a special kind of triangle by the end of it.
Before you, in the center of the city, you see rising up, which can only be the moon spire that they had mentioned earlier. In the starlight, the moonlight is kind of reflecting off of it. Is an enormous tower that is kind of shaped like, almost looks like a horn. The way it spires up, and before too long you find yourself at the steps before it, and you're led up. There's guards posted all along this route, huge double doors, and the doors are ornate and etched and inlaid with precious metals and gems. There is a multi-hued dragon rearing up that when the doors are closed, they come together to form the whole dragon. And you're kind of left at the bottom of the steps as the captain, Graflin, runs up there and speaks to the guards. And then the doors are open and you're motioned forward. You can see before you a huge foyer. It's well lit. The chandelier inside of it is reflecting a rainbow of colors as you enter in. You're led to a chamber, a side chamber, where you're instructed to wait, and you're brought food and beverages, as well as a healer comes to attend you. It's another one of these
Flynn yells out, and he sees if it echoes.
It does.
Oh God.
And he keeps doing that for a while. He's like, echo, 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 echo. The acoustics in this room are...
Is this food even remotely like look like food, or is it like weird moving tentacles on plates or something crazy?
No, nothing crazy. You may not be able to identify it, but it looks like there's some roast meats, there's some cheeses. They might look a little bit different than what you're used to.
Flynn is gorging on all the food.
But it doesn't look crazy. You know, there's definitely some berries and some nuts and cheeses.
I wait about 10 minutes to see if he dies, and if he doesn't, then I start eating as well.
Okay, you guys have to try this meat. It's really, really good. And then he eats like some cheese and bread, and he's just like, you all really know how to make food. And he just keeps eating.
There's a plate I'm really curious
about. Pretty much
about,
count out 10 minutes, and then I...
Yeah, there's a plate I'm really curious about, and I give that to Flynn to be like, here, try this, and then I'll see if it's good to eat.
He like tilts it upwards, and it's all into his mouth.
We all three of us are kind of like on the same page of like, yeah, strange place, strange land. Let that guy test everything. So
I do feel like I'm in a very important place, though, so I'm going to cast Prestidigitation on myself to make my clothes look a little fancier and clean.
You know, if you ever really wanted to kill me, you could just poison this food, I guess. Is that why all of you aren't eating?
No.
More for me, I guess. And he keeps eating.
No, it's just customary in Elvenland to let others die.
I never knew that. You know, I've never actually met an elf before, so I should write this down. Always eat the food first before an elf does. All right, and then he keeps eating.
So there's
if I had tea to sip on that I wasn't sure was going to poison me, that's exactly where I would be.
Where's our tea? I want some tea.
A kobold in gray robes kind of follow you in, and while you're watching the halfling eat, the kobold has a black bag with him full of different ointments and salves, and starts pulling them out and bandages. He introduces himself. Greetings, I am Pith. I've been instructed to attend to your wounds.
And I approach him. I've got many, many wounds. Can you help me? Quite hurt.
I have many wounds.
And
two spiders bit me.
As you approach him, you see dangling from a chain around his neck it looks like a reptilian forearm and claw grasping what looks to be a gemstone. But as it gets closer, you see that it's shaped in an eye, and it actually looks like an eye. And he goes about, tending your wounds, using some magic as well as more mundane means as well. And he offers to assist each of you.
I'm curious. And your name again was
Pith.
Pith. Are you a holy man of this tribe of these people?
I am. I have been known to advise those in spiritual matters. Is there something you would like to discuss?
Well, the symbol around your neck, is that the symbol of your god? I have not seen this before, the symbol.
It is more of a faith. More spiritual than religious, if you would.
Okay. Do you serve a god? Do you serve a master?
It's not like that. The hairless apes, they have many gods. Primitive creatures.
Yes, primitive, and he strokes his beard. Hairless, yes, I understand. But we're different.
No, you are. It is strange. You're so intelligent. You seem to have minds. You speak.
You're saying that the elves and the humans, what you call hairless apes from this area, they don't talk? They don't have language?
What is an elf?
Do you have pictures of these hairless apes that we might look at? Perhaps paintings to see what you might mean. Perhaps we could close the gap of understanding between us a little bit better.
Oh yeah, I knew a lot of people that have painted their slaves before.
We do not have slaves here. You're thinking of Zinkir. Their ways there are much different than here.
I congratulate you on not having slaves. Good work.
Yes, quite. Quite great work.
I will send for some scrolls and show you what we were talking about. And you do not look like the hairless apes of this area.
Is Peth healing Sahim?
He is. He'll heal all of you if you guys let him.
While he's doing that, I'm going to come over, and as I finish eating, I'm going to walk over and say, no worry, I can help him out. And I pull out the viola, and I go to Sahim, and I say, and I begin to play a tune, and I say, you don't need to worry, you don't need to pout. It's not a big deal when you're bleeding out, and I heal you with healing word.
I fucking hate bards. I fucking hate halflings.
They're the best class in the game. Best.
I'm good. Yeah, we're rolling for this.
Okay.
If Lucky dies, next here's a bard.
That's 11 hit points from that beat.
Fantastic.
Right there.
And I feel invigorated, and I let out fireworks from my fingers. I'm like, oh, your magic is powerful.
He is completely entranced by the fact that you just set off fireworks. Did you do that? Did I do that? Oh, do you do that at birthday parties?
You know, I don't usually perform at birthday parties, but I'm thinking that we can create some kind of a business here.
You don't perform that at birthday. Then what do you use them for? You just for fun in your room alone? You're just like, whoa, fireworks.
Yeah, you light a candle here. It's good.
You'll need a manager for that endeavor, and I am quite experienced. An odd question is, I'm assuming since you had all laughed at the joke of gods earlier, that you have those that you worship yourself. Do your gods have any type of prophecy, or is there a prophecy in this land of strangers coming?
Not that I know of. It is odd. We have not had outsiders like this for as long as I can remember. There are not even stories. I mean, I'll show you. And then he leaves and comes back with an armful of scrolls and kind of
I'll help him. Yeah.
Starts laying them out. And it's just depiction after depiction of tribal humans. Somewhere's above Stone Age level of technology. They're wearing animal skins. Some of them are adorned with, tooth and claw as necklaces. Weapons are like spears and slings, very primitive.
Well, we refer to these as savages. Hairless apes. It's like we've gone back in time. Have we gone back in time? Is it more likely that we've done a time skip instead of a universe hop? You might get to that birthday party after all.
Oh, yeah, you'd be either really, really late for the birthday party, or you're really, really, really early.
My lady, I am not sure, but we do not leave the Val. Most of us do not even leave the city.
Tell me, Piff,
how do you keep track of time in these parts? What year is it?
We the same as anyone else, I suppose. The sun comes up, the sun comes down. He says a year, but it's not familiar.
It's not like calendar years.
Yeah, so it's not one that you're familiar with.
But their technology all seems the same of ours. I mean, they were looking at our shit and it was kind of the same, but really how hard is it to make stuff? I've got a bad feeling about this.
I don't think they understand what time means.
Which is going to... And these are all like depictions, not full-on words. It's mostly just basically picture scrolls.
No, there's like descriptions and basically almost like a field journal, like
not like Wizard's first pop-up book, like
yeah. Like almost like ecologies basically, and they're treating them like they're just some kind of other animal,
kind of like a science project. Like, look at here at them in this. Okay, this is great.
Piff, tell me,
exactly.
I have a question for you, Piff. Have you ever heard of the term if fated?
That sounds important.
Well, indeed, I believe it does sound important. I mean, it's kind of you to say. But these dragon, forgive me, I'm not familiar with what you call yourselves, but they, lizard, dragon, the dragon people that were riding the giant spiders called us fated.
Oh, right, that's what they called us.
You encountered dragon people?
Dragon people.
Like the ones that led you here.
But they looked really dead.
Yeah, they were different, but same.
He makes like this claw gesture in front of him, and like almost like a Z, and it kind of like hisses. Yeah. When you say dead, say that they were dead. That sounds dreadful.
Yeah, it was.
It was not dreadful. It was deadful. They were dead people. Dragon people.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a curse amongst your people?
Not that I know of, but unquieted spirits that refuse the rest is not good. It is that is not unheard of to us, but not here. It's not happened in a long, long time. When the betrayer was banished, and then
The betrayer. Oh, there we go. We hit it.
Shit.
We got it.
Ding,
Then-
ding, ding, ding.
then he gets this look in his eye, like maybe he said something he shouldn't have.
Who is the betrayer?
We don't talk about that. It's not polite.
Oh, you should talk about it.
I don't know. Make a persuasion check.
You know what? Oh, yeah. We'll go with that first.
Let's have the bard do it.
Yeah, well, I ain't got no points of persuasion. You go, little buddy.
Yeah, holy cow.
Me too.
Oh yeah. So he gets like a conspiratorial look. He kind of looks around.
Look, we're both small. You can trust me.
There used to be 4 cities, but there's only 3 now. One of the rulers, one of the emperors, they grew too powerful, and they sought to subjugate the others. At least that's what the history says. The stories, the legends, the myths. It happened a long time ago, but the other 3 cities rose up, and they slew him and struck their name from all the lore books. It is only referred to as the betrayer now.
So is he gone
But-
forever?
Yes, they struck him down.
Hmm.
Our very own Empress herself, Briella,
I think
Moonfallen, was the one to strike the killing blow.
Well-
it's high time that we meet this noble lady and present ourselves in according fashion, and perhaps give our gift of this shiny gold piece, a very valuable item from our world.
Oh, I do agree with that.
The lady has been informed, and she has instructed us to make sure you've been fed and watered and healed up before and made presentable before bringing her to her meeting hall. She
Very good.
wishes to see you, strangers.
Well, I think I've eaten quite a bit. Unless you got more, then I can always eat that too.
No, you have, but you have crumbs all down the front of you.
I'm just going to busy myself in these notes for a moment, if you will, and I start tracing and trying to find anything that gives me any clue as to what the fuck is going on.
Did he
Salt
bring us-
pork is particularly good.
Did Pith bring us any maps as well as these scrolls and stuff?
He did not bring maps. He just brought what you asked for. It's just that they seem to be like almost like field journals.
Okay.
On day 1, we encountered the hairless ape. On day 2, we saw the hairless ape flick poop at the other hairless ape. Day 3, they are now eating the poop.
I've been accepted as one of their own.
Yeah.
How long it lasts.
I've infiltrated the hairless apes.
Pith, if we need to see this lady of yours, we can leave almost immediately, and I cast prestidigitation on Flinrin and clean up all of his crumbs and stuff and make him look really presentable.
Would you mind as well? Dom?
Oh, yes, go ahead. And then I do the same to Fienna.
And I'll dramatically billow my cloak afterwards.
And I ask
'cause-
for permission before going to Lucky. I'm like, would you like to...
Yeah, sure, why not? It is.
And I cast
it's fine.
prestidigitation as well. If we need to
I'm
go,
fine.
we can leave now. Otherwise, if you have some maps of the area, I'm very curious, since we cannot navigate by the stars, your stars seem different than ours. Maybe we can look at some maps of the land and I can get a gauge of where we are.
Perhaps that will be up to the lady, of course. You will have to see her first. The Empress awaits. If you're ready, let us go to the throne room.
Yes, after you each insist you go first. Is there anything I can steal from this room?
Yeah, we're just gonna, like, they haven't taken our weapons or nothing like that?
No.
They're gonna let us just stroll up to this Empress?
This chick must be pretty powerful.
Yeah, like, that's what that's kind of what I'm thinking.
It's gonna be
like,
a freaking dragon, like.
It's gonna be a straight up dragon. You know
it's
it
just a
is.
straight up dragon.
Before we leave and before anybody does anything, I'm gonna look to everyone and say, all right, before, I just want to let everyone know, if you want to be turned into a T-Rex, let me know.
They have no idea what that is. Is it a swimming fish?
No.
Then I do not know it.
There are flying fish? Oh, there are.
Well, there are fish.
Those land fish, you know.
There are fish
The
people.
land sharks are coming.
So
They've seen many things in the ocean. Hunting
So there
down
is
pirates.
some like silver
Fish with feet.
platters and bowls and silverware in here.
Yeah. I'm looking
know,
for
this-
something like on the wall and like a little like this is our most respected something and ancient to our people.
There are knickknacks on the mantle to the fireplace. They may or may not be valuable.
She's like, I'm going to give you
chicken.
our most treasured one single gold coin. Everything else is fucking missing in the back. Oh, silver
They
everything.
might not use gold. This could be a fucking different planet. As far as they know, that's the most valuable thing we have on us. So it's fine.
So you were led by a dozen dragonborn soldiers.
Plus one knick-knack.
I want to have my deck of cards kind of in my pocket, my hands kind of near it.
Okay. Pith, bids you farewell, and perhaps we'll get to talk again.
I should like.
And so you were led through the spire. You're actually led up several flights of stairs before coming to a large chamber. It's clearly a throne room. And in addition to the dozen guards that lead you in, there's another dozen in here. So yes, they've left you armed, but they don't seem. Their Empress is definitely not unprotected.
I actually feel safer with all the extra guards. Like, I'm not even kidding. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We're totally good.
We're fine.
So, the throne on the far side of this room, first of all, there's columns, all over the place. Some of them seem like they might be structural. Others seem like they're definitely decorative. There's wall sconces that are shaped like dragon heads with that, with the flames coming out of the malls, lighting this room. There's plush carpeting all about. There are padded benches in rows. It definitely seems like it's a throne room, but also like an audience chamber, probably where a ruler would see over disputes and see visiting dignitaries. Up on the dais, on this throne, it's ornately carved of marble. It's almost glowing white. It's so pristine.
Shall I introduce us to her with a song? Okay, so we walk up and it's real quiet and it's this big room, and I pull out the viola and I begin singing, "A city full of dragons, not knowing where to go. Hopefully we won't drag on and die in painful throes. Hello, I'm Flinrin."
So the woman sitting on the throne stands and begins sauntering down the stairs.
I think I've graced her with our presence.
Can I make a charisma check of any kind?
In a moment. She's very tall, and when you look at her, you see traits that remind you of humans. You see traits that remind you of elves. Not in a way that like screams half elf, but just reminiscent of either. The only scales you see on this woman is on her robes, which is almost more like a gown, large flowing sleeves. The it seems to be made of metallic looking scales. They when you look at them, they seem white sometimes and silver the other, and they kind of like glimmer a little bit. And as she moves, they kind of tinkle like almost like the sounds of bells or chimes. She has long, stark white hair, bright blue eyes. Her skin is almost alabaster. Long manicured fingernails that almost have a pearlescence to them. I said eyes, but one of them is covered by an eye patch, and there's a scar with 3 slash marks you can see poking out of the eye patch. The one eye you see is blue, but there's another eye that you also see that is equally blue, and it's nestled in what looks to be a claw of a reptilian creature on a staff. And the staff is 3 different pieces that are kind of intertwined together, almost like vines, but looking closely, they all look kind of scaled. And, as she walks, you hear the rustle of her gown and the thud of the staff on the steps. And you notice the eye that's in her staff is kind of like looking around, observing each of you. And, she then turns to and smiles one by one at each of you. And it's almost like a predator smile that you kind of feel. You can just kind of feel like the presence of this woman kind of bearing down on you. And then it kind of just like relaxes and fades. One of the Dragonborn walks up and kneels before the Empress, and stands and announces her as Brielle Moontalon, Empress of the name I wrote down for this city, Sarasa, and in turn announces each one of you as the name that you guys had given them when you arrived. And she speaks to all of you once. What brings you to my fair city, strangers?
As it were, we seem to have come on here quite by chance. We didn't know each other before this, and I know this is going to seem a strange tale, but I assure you it is true. We didn't know each other, and then when we found our place in a self of mist with people that resembled your own, but undead, riding spiders and attacking us, saying that we were fated. And then when it seemed that we were about to breathe our last, we were in the midst of your town square, our injured still with us, but our enemies not. And now we're here humbly in your presence, hoping that you might answer as many questions as I'm sure you have for us, Your Highness.
I believe this is going to take a while. Why don't you have a seat? And she motions towards one of the benches, and she moves to kind of stand before you. And 2 other Dragonborn come, basically carrying like a bench to set down in front of the bench, so you guys can kind of face each other and talk. So this is very odd. You say you came from someplace else?
I look to my companions for them to fill into the other parts.
Indeed, yes. Well, we came from many different places. I myself was on my way to Siberian, and I believe that this gnome, I believe is what it is called, was on his way to a birthday party. As far as the beautifully singing halfling over there, he was in a forest. You said forest, yes, a forest, yes. And this
just walking around, minding my business, and was swooped up out of nowhere.
And this lovely lady here was feeding orphans, as she does often on God's Day.
That is very admirable. This is
Least I can do.
This is unusual. This place has been locked away for longer than I've existed here. It has been a closed plane. Your appearance is very odd.
So you understand that we're not native to here then?
Unless you came from beyond the veil, but even if you did, it sounds like you were whisked here by magic. And
has this happened to anybody else before?
No, this place is closed from that kind of magic, and it has been for a very long time.
Are you talking about your city, Serosa, or is it a larger area that this veil encompasses?
The veil is a larger area.
So you do not know of place to get home? No passageways, no oceans to cross. No magic users.
There is a sea locked within the veil. Some have sailed in and out. It is very rare. The Dragon's Teeth, the Dragon's Maw, is at the entrance. It's very treacherous. Few sailors are skilled enough to sail beyond the veil. Others could feasibly make it through some of the passes. That is all possible. But the fact that you actually traveled here by magic, that is improbable. And it also is likely to have been noticed by my peers.
And he looks around, just kind of almost hesitating to say this, but he looks up towards her, and Flinrin speaks up and says, "Do you think it was the work of this so-called betrayer?"
For the first time since you met this woman, she kind of loses her composure a little bit.
And I want to insulate the shit out of that, please.
Feel free. In that instant, she gets this really hard look in her one eye, and you notice that she kind of grips her staff a little bit tighter.
I kind of step back a little bit and say, I didn't mean to offend. I'm just looking for answers.
And also in that instant, can you all give me a wisdom save?
Oh, great.
Oh, crap.
Am I a barbarian? No. All right, let's make a wisdom
Always,
save.
This,
always the halfway.
No, son of a bitch. 8.
Because I think I have advantage if it's a magical effect.
And I cannot be charmed.
It is a magical effect, but it's not charmed.
Okay, I cannot be put to sleep either.
I have devil blood, but apparently that means nothing.
Oh, I got a natural 20, so that's awesome.
Hey!
All right. Everyone except for Sahim, you lose bodily control of yourself for an instant, just for an instant. And you're racked with tremors as your heart begins to race, your pupils dilate, and you are just terrified for an instant. And then as the lady regains her composure, it fades away.
Did she just play the brown note? Is that what just happened? is that what just happened?
You know of the brown note. It's a secret bard.
We were having a nice conversation. I have no idea.
I was worried that I was going to be the fucked up one coming on over, but now I see there's a special fence around YouTube. Like, it should be electrocuted.
Oh my goodness.
So, Sahim, you feel it, but you're able to resist it.
Do I know what kind of magic-y thing it was? Like what she was trying to do, or what I guess came out? What brown note?
Can you make an Arcana check?
Yes, I can.
Can I also perhaps make that check as a kind of wizard?
Yeah. Are you trained in Arcana?
Yeah, I'm arcane. Well, I'm not trained. I'm not proficient in it, no.
Okay.
What
But I
kind
am
of,
an arcane.
Check.
what class are you gonna play for the 6th game? A kind of wizard.
I arrive kind of on time.
With the 14, you can't nail it down specifically, but you feel like it's some kind of all effect.
Okay.
And it just felt like the presence of will from this being kind of like is something that possibly being held back all the time, and it was let loose for an instant.
I can't. I'm sorry.
She let loose the brown note. She was holding it back, but it couldn't hold back much further.
What do you know of the betrayer?
Well, nothing much. We've only been here for a short amount of time, but we explained these things to some of your people. I won't give any names because I feel as if they will be punished if done so. But we were able to find a name known as the Betrayer, and that he could possibly be the reason behind all of this. They called us as fated. That's what they called us. Those undead and spider things.
And side note, the undead spider things, they were going to take us to the betrayer, correct?
Oh yeah, they wanted to pick us up and leave, and we got out in the nick of time somehow. We don't know how that happened.
Well, as far as the name you're leaving out, it's obvious it was Pith. That little bastard. But
don't hurt him. He was only trying to help us. I will lay down my life for Pith.
I will let him lay down his life for Pith.
I don't think we're quite there yet. She holds up a perfectly manicured hand. But yes, it is impossible that it was the work of the betrayer. He is no more. He's been bodily destroyed, as well as his very name has been eradicated from the histories and lore.
So tell me, good lady, I do have a question. If this is a veil in no way in or out, then what sort of magic capabilities do you have here in this plane, as you say? I myself was a sailor hunting down pirates, and usually we would have a ship with a magic user to cast fireball on pirate ships or to shroud it. It could occasionally teleport to other places for information, to scout out more pirate ships. Do you not have such magic users here, such wizards, besides the not so hairless ape here?
Their magic is known to us, and we have those who practice the art. But this veil is wrapped in a barrier that does not allow magic to go in or out. You can physically traverse the distance. You could even cast a spell through the barrier, if like a line effect or something. It will not stop it, but you cannot travel through, nor could you look beyond via magic.
You are immune to scrying and teleportation.
Only from outside the veil, and we cannot look out, as others cannot look in.
Is it possible that one of these great magic users that you have here has not discovered a way for us to be brought here? Or perhaps this is all circumstance, a happenstance, if you will.
Do you happen to have any power that could go beyond the veil?
There is none that I know of. That is why it is so odd that you've been deposited on my doorstep. And when it happened, I noted the occurrence. I felt it, as will the other emperors, the keeper and the oathmaker. They will be sending word shortly, I believe. We have subsisted in this place for millennia, for many generations. My memory is very, very long, and
your memory is long, you say, and this is something I had been theorizing. I am starting to think that perhaps we are in a different time, a different year. Pith, your earlier friend, was not able to tell us the way that you track time other than the fact that the sun rises and sets. Do you perhaps have a calendar year?
Well, we do. I do not think it will correspond to the realms outside of here, but we are in the year of 3,311 Dracus.
That doesn't make sense to my calendar.
They've never heard of Terrakis years.
Well, I barely know when it's Monday or a Sunday, to be fair. So
It counts back to the very first of our kind to
You have a
take up
you have a
residence.
Sunday? Sunday's a month for us.
What land did
Heracus
you
is my
say?
cousin.
What land did you say you are from, Emilia?
are we in Faerun or what?
You can be from anywhere in the multiverse.
Really? Anywhere? I'm from Olympia.
I have not heard of such place. I myself hail
Olympia?
from Esselis.
I don't hail from either of those places. I'm from a place known as Arngrim on the planet of Cirrus.
Are any of these places like cracking anything for me?
Oh, you tell me.
I don't think so. I'm starting to think that we're all brought in from different planes of existence all the way to this one. How fascinating.
I do not believe that you will be making any birthday parties, my friend.
I do not believe so either. In fact, this may be our new way of life.
I will.
If we were brought here, there is
will.
a way to get back.
Who
I
wants
will.
to go back to all the fines and debts of kindness
I do.
we could give here?
I want.
She thinks about that
you have a
parking ticket for
birthday
her
party to
horse.
It is very important that you get to that birthday party, and I will ensure that you make it to that birthday party.
It is.
Thank you, my
life.
friend.
It is most unfortunate. The hatch day is a great occasion. I'm sorry. How soon is that coming?
Oh, the
Why
hatch
she
day.
called it Hatch Day. That's adorable.
It should be tomorrow. If tomorrow is still a thing that happens, if we haven't wibbly wobbly timey wimeyed.
Well, it is true. From one plane to another, time can move and flow differently. But that being said, I think you might be late for this birthday party, as you called it.
Yes, my kind, we have births, we don't have hatching. So
Yeah, we come out of our own kind just without an egg. We just spill out. It's
It's quite messy.
Yes.
Actually.
The process of creation is quite delightful.
I am familiar with both as the people of the wilderness. I know my my citizens like to refer to them as hairless apes, but in deference to your company, I will abstain.
I'm a halfling.
Actually, hairless white apes is quite accurate when it comes to humans, even of our world, I think.
They're not that bad.
Speak for yourself. Just kind of pulling back on his horns.
she looks human-ish though, right? She doesn't look dragonborn. She doesn't look, but they're not calling her a hairless ape, obviously.
She's got features of a little bit of everything, which I suspect is some sort of illusion or glamour. Is there any way to perceive that?
Yeah, give me a intelligence check.
Alrighty.
Just watching Dave try to like tap dance around the birthing question. So good.
I'm gonna make a song for Flynn that's just bingle bongle dingle dangle yippity doo yippity ta ping pong tippy tappy doo ta. That was
You should make that up.
for you, Jordan. That was for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You do not
Going for this, and there's no water in it.
hammers. She seems to be what she is, whatever that is. But again, like I said, she looks elven. She looks human. A little bit of both at the same time, but not exactly half elvish.
But she doesn't look dragonborn, right? This has been like a city of
No.
kobolds and dragonborns and kobolds and dragonborns
All
and
scaly
one
creatures.
turtle that might eat the halfling, and then there's this chick here and she's got like dragon scales on.
Yeah, which is clearly appears to be.
And
the
she's a
garbage.
total babe, like a manicured as fuck babe. So girl's got money.
So homegirl is a dragon. Like there's no doubt, right? Like she
Yeah,
is,
I'm pretty sure she's
a,
a lady.
she's
I'm
a
pretty
dragon.
sure we're supposed to eat before she eats.
She likes her meals dressed well. Tell me, lady, forgive my frankness. Consider it a flaw from my many days with the sea dogs. what is your particular origin? It appears this land is not quite of your people suit you in the same way to my eyes.
You're correct in that, and quite an astute observation. There's a little mockery in that. I am the third generation of my kind since we've taken up residence in this place quite some time ago. That is all I think you should need to know right now. There's more pressing matters. One,
dragon. She's a dragon.
if you would like to leave this place, then I think the fact that you're here, it is a sign of something to come. You're clearly not where you should be, probably not where you want to be.
No.
And unfortunately, we are going to have to call for the Court of Wyrms on this.
Oh.
We are going to have to leave the city and travel to a sacred location where we're going to meet with the other emperors, and I'm going to have to present you to them, because they're going to come one way or another. But as of now, you're under my protection. I will see that no harm comes to you, but I would ask that you do not mention this betrayer again. It would not be good.
Got it.
If we were to reference that in the future, perhaps we should come up with some other sort of names so that we don't disturb the locals. Unfortunately, your pardon hopefully accepted on this. As we are outsiders here, there is much we are going to have to discuss. I don't know how those children at the orphanage will get on without me, and I'm sure...
you think we should refer and give a nickname to this betrayer? We could call him the Brown Note.
I think from this time going forward, it probably might be best if we didn't mention...
That's a good idea. Maybe we just don't talk about him.
The whole affair that happened on your way here, until we can suss that out a bit.
Then perhaps we might say that we are your honored guests, and so that we might keep a bit of safety to ourselves. Not that I think that your people would attack us, but, well, we do have a bit of fear in ourselves. We don't want to hurt the locals, and I don't want the locals to hurt us. Your word would go a long way, Your Majesty. And of course, we promise to act as appropriately as possible as such dignitaries from other realms, ambassadors, if you will.
Do not think you'll have anything to fear from the Oathmaker, but that one can be a bit of mystery at times. The Keeper, on the other hand, he can be difficult. But I will brief you on our way.
As long as Sahim gets to his birthday party, I will do anything.
Do the Oathmaker and the Keeper, are they the emperors of these other two cities that we've heard of?
Yes, the Keeper rules over Zenkir. Givnar is his name. The Keeper is his title. Marcin is ruled by the Oathmaker, Samor. But between these three locations, there's a place that we use as a moot, where we gather for great matters. It has been before my lifetime since we've had to do such a thing. And actually, right now, someone can make an insight check, whoever wants to.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing that I would like to do, sir.
I'm not good at that. Somebody else did.
Are we only getting one, or can we all make checks?
You can all make a check, yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Oh, shit. Womp womp. Oh, the 4. The mighty save for dice.
4.
Yeah, like she said.
13.
Like she said, this is something that's not happened in her lifetime.
In her lifetime.
In her lifetime. So I think we're going to wrap right there for tonight. And next week we will start up with our trek to the Court of Wyrms.
Ooh,
as it has been called.
Very intriguing.
Dave, well done, sir. Well done. Well
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
All right.
Really.
So, couple of quick housekeeping things. First off, we got to give some of that beautiful, amazing, incredible love over to our sponsors. Fantasy Grounds, our virtual tabletop of choice. We get asked all the time, what do you guys use? It's Fantasy Grounds. It's right there on the screen. Fantasy Grounds, Fantasy Grounds, Fantasy Grounds. Go check them out. They are available on Steam, by the way, if you guys are big into using Steam. Also, all the maps you guys see here on the show since day one, built in Dungeon Painter Studio by pyromancers.com. Also available on Steam. Infinite maps, like $15. You cannot beat that value. And then, of course, guys, go check out Norse Foundry. There's a 10% discount code. So if you want a
10%.
new set of metal dice, go check out Norse Foundry. Get 10% off just because you're a
I
fan
love
of
metal
Saber
dice.
Dice, which is kind of nice.
Also, we have a contest.
Yeah,
winner to announce.
Dave has some winners to announce here. We've got some winners.
Warren Gayu is the name of the winner. You're winning. You won 7 sets of metal dice.
Whoa,
A set of
dang.
metal dice for
Damn.
you and your gaming group, unless you're a greedy bastard, and then you can keep them all. to
Keep
yourself.
them all.
But that is between you and your gaming group. We will be sending out an email and to get your address so that we can get that over to Norse Foundry, and you can collect your prize.
7 sets of metal dice, one for
That
you
is
and pretty
great.
much anybody you game with. So
That is great. Yeah.
it was it's one of the most fun prizes I think we've had on the show. So thus
Super
far.
generous, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, it's funny because some of the giveaways have been like, we'll have several winners, and this one's like, no, one person, 7 sets of metal dice. Fuck you, you're gonna be equipped
That'd be a
forever.
really heavy package.
All right, guys. So, huge shout out to the cast. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for watching, tuning in. We will be back next Wednesday. Take care.
Bye, everybody.